Hello, this is Emilee Mooney Scott. Thank you for watching the Release Report, a video series that highlights key features of Connecticut's new Release-Based Cleanup Regulations, or RBCRs, slated to go into effect on March 1st, 2026. This is Episode 5. Today, we will discuss immediate response actions for new releases and especially serious existing releases. Additional details are available in a companion post on the Robinson & Cole Environmental Law Plus blog. To begin, let's discuss how spills are handled today. The March 2022 spill reporting regulations require that the responsible party, quote, act immediately to contain and remove or otherwise properly mitigate, end quote, the release to deep satisfaction using, quote, properly trained personnel, end quote. Anyone in the business of responding to such releases must hold a permit under Connecticut General Statutes Section 22A-454, commonly referred to as a 454 permit. When deep personnel and spill response contractors respond to the location of a release, they take immediate actions to contain or remove the material released. When that is done, the spill is marked closed in DEEP's spill response database. However, such release may not have been investigated and remediated to the same standards as an existing release, and compliance with remediation standards may not have been achieved. One of the most significant changes being implemented through the RBCRs is to integrate the characterization, remediation, and closure process for both old and new releases. The RBCRs provide new requirements governing immediate response actions in response to a spill, called an Emergent Reportable Release, or ERR. Such immediate actions must also be taken in response to the discovery of a significant existing release, or SER, which are the especially serious existing releases we discussed in a prior episode. An example of such an especially serious existing release would be contamination of a drinking water well. Immediate actions must begin within 2 hours after the discovery of an emergent reportable release or significant existing release. For emergent reportable releases, or ERRs, the material released must be removed from improved surfaces and the land and waters of the state to the maximum extent practicable. For significant existing releases, or SERs, the response requirements will depend upon the material released and the site-specific conditions present. The RBCRs provide additional detailed requirements depending upon the context of the release. For example, when a release has impacted a drinking water well, an alternate water source must be provided. Some emergent reportable releases to improved surfaces and/or soil can be cleaned up very quickly. Closure documentation for these releases can be prepared by a new class of environmental professional called a Permitted Environmental Professional, or PEP. It is expected that PEPs may include some of the same people and businesses presently permitted as Section 454 spill response contractors. Training and licensing materials for PEPs are still under development, and more information will be provided when it's available. Other emergent reportable releases, and most significant existing releases, will require a longer-term effort under the supervision of a licensed environmental professional, or LEP. So, to recap, the RBCRs pick up where the spill reporting regulations left off by specifying the immediate actions that must be taken in response to a spill. Some of these immediate actions will be performed by a new class of environmental professionals, called PEPs. These immediate actions must also be taken in response to especially serious existing contamination, called significant existing releases. The process of characterizing, remediating, and closing releases under the RBCRs will be the subject of future episodes. Thank you for joining me. In our next episode, we will discuss characterization requirements for both old and new releases.